what? There is no reason to do this. There's none. We have a video to announce. Welcome to Thursday, the best day of the week, because it's time for Steve's Dang It's in what might be the most fun week of the year. Trade deadline. The countdown. Made a video last night about the Ben Sherratt deal, the Calle Jarnkrok deal. Probably have to make one later today for the I don't know. Something's gonna happen when we're least expecting it. So let's not waste any time. Here's this week's edition of Steve's Dang It. For our first Dang It, this does involve the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I need it to be known. I didn't come up with this. In the email from producer Drew, it just says, Mrazek allows a fart.
Ending play of late, but now back come the Coyotes, quick in transition, a pass in front, and Chychrun scores! Fanned on it, and it's still rolled in, and it's 2-0 Coyotes.
All the much talked about Phil Kessel just arrived in the building about 3 hours ago. In warm-up, barely skated around, just hung in there. And now able to get a point in his first game since being a father. Here's the play. No chance at all for passing. He was looking, or shooting rather. He was looking past the entire way, and what a start for Mrazek. This one is a fan shot by Chychrun, and it just sifts its way through. You could see the stick of Mrazek. Tried to get it flat and down, but unable. He lost control of it. If he has his stick there, I think he might be able to make a poke check.
How? Like, if you've been watching Steve's Dang It's for a while, you know that we featured the extraordinary. Just true, like, oh my goodness, how did that happen? But like, there's an element of ha-ha funny to it. And while I'm sure a lot of you found this ha-ha funny, it's just sort of the worst goal I've ever seen. Like, the goalie wasn't crashed into, the goalie didn't forget where he was. He was just kind of extraordinarily out of position and then couldn't recover in time for a shot that was fanned on. That was yowza. Fairness to Mrazek, everyone tried to get this puck, and like, this is like a Bugs Bunny sketch. There's an old one where they throw the ball and it's floating through the air like this. Baseball player whacking away at it and they keep striking out while the ball is in midair. It's that, but not a cartoon! I don't know what this is, other than it's in the pantheon of the worst goals I've ever seen a Leaf goalie allow, and that is some elite company. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, goaltender interference was out of control a few years ago. It's been much better in recent memory, but this call sucks. How is this not a goal?
By Allmark, retrieved by the Bruins Smith. An area play picked up by Cole for Smith. He bounced it into the middle. Here's a quick shot. They score! Charlie Coyle, and it's going to be no goal. No goal is the call on the ice. Fleury ruled to have been interfered with. The Bruins were celebrating. That party will quiet down quickly.
No goal on the play. That's it, I'll come back.
I don't know, Pat. Yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if Boston doesn't challenge this.
If I'm Bruce Cassidy, I'm challenging that one.
The determination is it Stillman that trips up Fleury?
Boston is challenging. There was no goal line interference.
Yeah, on that look, Pat, it doesn't look like there's interference by Craig Smith. I think that's 12. Yeah, 12. Yeah, right. I don't think so. He avoids it. And then there you see Fleury get knocked down like a bowling pin. Again, the call on the ice was no goal.
The referees tonight, I'm not sure we've identified Pierre Lambert and Jean Hebert. So they'll be consulting with the War Room in Toronto.
So again, there's the play. The contact is there. And then Smith is trying to avoid. And the puck ends up in the back of the net, the shot from Charlie Coyle. Well, we have a decision.
And here's Pierre Lambert.
After reviewing the play, the goalie ice down, we have no goal.
Wow, power play Chicago.
That's a tough call. Now for context, there's under 5 minutes to play. It's a tied game 1-1, and Marc-Andre Fleury has been unbeatable. Almost literally. The shots were 45-18 for the Bruins at this time. This is a bizarre one because how is this goaltender interference on Charlie Coyle? It's Stillman who spins around and falls into his own goalie, knocking out his legs. There's maybe the slightest contact from Charlie Coyle, but I would say the majority of it comes from his own guy. The only argument I understand is you could say that Charlie Coyle's stick sort of gets Stillman in the leg, and that's what causes him to spin and fall. So in that way, it's sort of the same as if Coyle just took Stillman and shoved him into his own goalie. But if that's the case, isn't it a penalty? Shouldn't it be a penalty? It's not a penalty? Why isn't it a penalty? The Bruins did end up winning this game in overtime, and Bruins head coach Bruce Cassidy, after the game, said, "We won 3-1 in overtime." That's a dang it. For our next dang it, we have a battle of two teams that do not understand the assignment. Arizona Coyotes and the Montreal Canadiens have both been playing really well recently, and that's bad. Listen, I know you got pride and everything, but do you want Shane Wright or not? And sure enough, the Arizona Coyotes find themselves up 2-0 on the Montreal Canadiens. And that's when the Coyotes realize that they're playing far too well, and rather than wait for Montreal to tie the game, the Coyotes helped them along the way themselves.
Petrie, the defenseman, feeds it out high. That towards the net. Perot, it goes in. It bounced in, and the Canadiens are on the board.
Oh, tough break here. This is a gift. Michelli actually ends up putting this puck in his own net. He's coming down low to help out defensively. And let's take another peek. 63 in white. Left your screen, now in the middle, right there off the right shoulder. Bounces off of him and right through the legs of Vejmelka, right there. And Vejmelka can't get down in time. And the Montreal Canadiens are right back in this hockey game. So a crazy couple bounces there in favor of the Montreal Canadiens.
That's a shame, isn't it? Follow the bouncing puck. Poor Michelli. We were just talking about how he scored his first NHL goal, and it's amazing. What a great story. And he puts it into his own net. The Habs and the Coyotes, a tank battle like no other. That's a dang it. But it's not just the Habs and the Coyotes. The Seattle Kraken, a classic expansion team, and by classic I mean they're awful, trying to catch the Montreal Canadiens by scoring on themselves as well.
In comes Nick Suzuki down the wing into the Seattle zone in front. Scores! Larson put it in his own net. Tie game. Well, Nick Suzuki does a nice job. Sherratt's going to roll in and then lay it out to him on the outside, being a right-hand shot. He saves the puck to the outside away from Yanni Gourde, and then he's trying to lay it all the way across the crease to the far side. And that's when Larson's going to stick his stick out to defend that, and as he does, he's going to put it into his own net. And that's Romanov, who's coming up the ice on the back door. You're down to the last almost 2 minutes, so you're sending everybody, and him driving to the net creates that goal.
You see, that's smart. With just over 2 minutes to play, the Seattle Kraken have a 1-goal lead on the Montreal Canadiens, and the Kraken are sweating because they're trying to tank too. They're not even rebuilding, they're just building. And the first overall pick sure would help them. Guys, we're not tanking good enough. We need someone who knows how to tank. And that's when Adam Larson comes in and says, I have some experience in this area. You boys ever hear of a little town called Edmonton? Jordan Eberle just stares blankly next to him. Gotta hand it to him. It was a heck of a goal. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, can you tell me what happened here?
And Washington winds up with the puck. Oshie sends it ahead. Here's Kuznetsov, and his sharp angle shot is off his stick and wide of the goal. Connor Garland. Oh, its puck is in, pardon me. I was going to talk about a line juggle for the Canucks, but the Capitals, for the 39th time this year, have the game's opening goal. And Kuznetsov makes it 1-0.
Zamboni door. Boy, oh boy, that's just a bad hop. Here's Tyler Mott, breakaway. Vanacek with a good stop. Mott tried to go 5-hole. Now watch this puck as it comes around. It's off. Man. Kuznetsov who just happened to be cruising through.
Okay, the real-time replay makes it seem like a confusing goal. The behind-the-net replay makes this seem like one of the flukiest goals of all time. Watch this. The puck is fired on, and it takes a weird bounce off of the glass and jets right out in front of the Canucks net. Evgeny Kuznetsov, who's not even trying to score, he literally just happens to be there. It goes off his stick and in. If I was him, I would tell everyone, oh yeah, that was me going for the puck. No. I think it was him flinching because he was surprised to see it. What are the odds? You could practice that all day. You couldn't get it to repeat itself. How? That's a dang it for the Canucks. For the Caps, it's a gift from up there. That's where it came from. For our next dang it, I don't like picking on the Seattle Kraken. Listen, they just got here. I think their jerseys are pretty cool. Their goal horn is very cool. I mean, we never get to hear it. We've already shown Adam Larsson scoring on his own net as a dang it for the Kraken. This sums up their season as a whole. Once again, please tell me what on earth happened here.
In the early 80s to win 3 consecutive comes. Look at Braden Point! And the poke check from Grubauer. The net was empty. Forced across the crease. It's still there, and they score! Eventually put back by Anthony Cirelli just 23 seconds into the third period.
Well, John Cooper just said that's the bread and butter's the forecheck, and getting in there on the hunt and supporting it. The first play there by Braden Point was absolutely outstanding. Heading down the ice on the right-hand side, and this gets everybody's attention. Wonderful skating stride, protects the puck. He's got a great toe curve on his stick. He's able to handle it. Here, you're thinking that Seattle's going to be able to get the puck out of the way, but that's not to be. I think it was Appleton from our AT&T 5G net cam, number 22, had a chance to get the puck out right there. It goes off the tip of his blade.
Producer Drew, can you put like a ding every time the puck touches something? Braden Point comes in with the shot. It's stopped by Philip Grubauer. Thrown in front. Goes off a foot, goes off a hand, goes off a stick twice, and in! What? Now, the bounces are unbelievable, but underratedly funny is Philip Grubauer on here. I'm sailing away. Listen, I get that you want to be cautious because you don't know where the puck is. You don't know if the puck is behind you, but don't sit. He's like at the face-off dot. Get up! Ladies and gentlemen, your inaugural Seattle Kraken. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, to be honest, considering hockey is a sport played on ice, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. Here's Alexander Georgiev falling down.
They've got to be exhausted chasing the puck. And now O'Reilly with it. To Bortuzzo. What a pass. Wallman. And he scores! Jake Wallman! What a sequence!
Wow, that's about all I can say about that last shift. You talk about a fourth line giving you some energy out there. Toropchenko, he's the one who initiated the whole play, got in on the partial breakaway. As we look in here, the Rangers coming back, gets the arm wrapped around him. The referee's arm goes up on that play there, and then the Blues were just buzzing the entire time. Jake Wallman here gets a shot on net. Mackenzie McEachern buzzed through the crease there, taking away the goaltender's eyes, and Georgiev loses his balance somehow. Not sure how that happened. Certainly not a very orthodox style for a goaltender to be playing, but he catches an edge or something.
I don't even have the heart to laugh. That is a goalie having a bad time. Here's how effective the Blues screen is on this play. Georgiev isn't even looking at the guy who has the puck. Once he finally figures it out, it's too late. He tries to go to one side, but his skates are made of skates, and they dig into the ice, and he falls over, and he tried. Oh boy. That's a dang it. For our next dang it, the Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers. This was one of the most highly requested dang its. The Oilers had a big lead on the Red Wings. Then it became a not so big lead on the Red Wings. It was only 1 goal in the third period. This is when Mikko Koskinen decides what a lot of goalies decide. I'm gonna help.
Immediately, Oilers have to tag back onside. Vastly entertaining affair tonight at Rogers Place. Lucas Raymond sends it in. Here's a turnover by Koskinen. Quick shot, score! Lucas Raymond, and it's 5-5.
Seen some funny hops in this third period. Last 3 have resulted in goals. And an aggressive forecheck again. The Detroit Red Wings, a team that send in 2 forwards aggressively on the forecheck. And it's created some difficulties throughout this game. Right here, just a little miscommunication. Duncan Keith is standing right beside his goaltender, and Koskinen just kind of leaves it there. Doesn't quite play it, goes off the stick of Keith, and Raymond just pounces on that loose puck. So a little bit of a tough break right there as that puck pops out to the slot. You go back to that game.
Here, just one. Let me do. Me. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal! Who's this helping? Ken Holland went out this summer for the Edmonton Oilers and spent a not-so-small fortune on defensemen. What makes you think you need to be one of them, Mikko? And just like that, you can hear a pin drop in Edmonton. The Red Wings tie it. Now, the Oilers end up winning the game. That's fun. Can't imagine what it was like in the dressing room after that one. How do you walk back in if you're Mikko Koskinen? Hey, fellas, we did it. Just about. That's a dang it. We only got 2 more to go, and I know what you're thinking. Yes, that is one of them. This is the other one. We got to go back to that Habs versus Kraken game because the Kraken were not the only team who scored on their own net. Chris Wideman returns to the NHL. He was in the NHL for a little bit. He goes to the KHL, and he's one of the best offensive defensemen in the entire league, and the Montreal Canadiens say, we would like some of that. And here is skills on full display as Chris Wideman goes forehand-backhand against his own goalie.
Colin Blackwell already with 2 short-handed goals in the season. Got it up for Gord. Chipped on net. Look out! It's in. They score. Yanni Gord on the miscue will get credited with a short-handed goal, and Seattle strikes first.
Well, this all starts at the other end as Wideman, I think, is going to catch an errant stick here in the face. Anderson gets the puck in a tough spot. He's trying to look for an outlet pass, and he gets caught onto his backhand, and Blackwell does a masterful job of turning this puck over to Gord. Gord bunts it right back to him, and here they come up the ice on Wideman. Blackwell widens out, and why he's widening out is he's giving Yanni Gord an opportunity to get to the net. And then Wideman lackadaisically picks the puck up and doesn't realize that Gord is coming right out in front of him. And here's the bouncing puck. Blackwell slaps it to the net. He's already got 2 shorthanded goals. Montembeault gives it to Wideman. He has nowhere to go. Montembeault really not realizing Gord is behind him.
Well, I was impressed. Listen, this is a blooper. This is bad for Chris Wideman, but I always say you make your own luck in these situations. You can choose to view it as, oh, that's a lucky break for the Seattle Kraken. Maybe it is. But you tend to make your own luck when you put pressure on the other team. You get them to panic. They generate mistakes. This is Seattle making some of their own luck. I mean, and also an enormous dang. And last but not least, Alex Nedeljkovic, what are you doing?
Even on the road, Dean Evison pretty skilled at getting the matchups he wants, and this is a shutdown line, maybe the best in the league.
I would describe this for you, but we all just saw it. Nedeljkovic looking to bat it away himself. It's an own goal.
This was not even a dump in, it was just a redirect that bounces, and then as he goes to swat it away, I'm not sure what the thought was there anyway. The puck was going wide. Maybe just let that one go wide and leave it to a safe area. But for Nedeljkovic,
yeah, dude, like at the end of the year, this is going to be up there. This is I'm calling it right now. That's going to be in the year-end dang-its video, the biggest dang-its of the season. Go all the way forward. This is going to go into next season. This is going to be one of the biggest dang-its of 2022. As producer Drew cleverly pointed out, this is one of the worst own goals since Marc Bergevin scored on his own net when he was a member of the St. Louis Blues. And a player, by the way.
But the question is, how did it get there? There's Bergevin. That's where I thought he had it. Oh, he did.
He did. He threw it right in his own goal.
He threw it in his own net.
Oh my.
In that one, he had the puck in his glove and threw it into his own net. There's no reason for this. Like, okay, it's a bit weird. It's a bit of a goalie's nightmare. I can understand that. Matt Dumba goes to fling it in, and it goes off one of his teammates, and then it bounces. It takes a hop right in front of Nedeljkovic. Also, again, Minnesota Wild creating their own luck by applying pressure. There's no real good spot for Nedeljkovic to put this puck. You know, if I put it into that corner, it's in danger. If I do it into this one, it might be a little bit better. That's what he's thinking. I'm going to swat this puck out of danger. Hey, here's an idea. You know what you could also do? Put it get in your glove! That thing, that NHL piece of equipment, how much is an NHL goaltender's glove? Like $500? That thing has probably got your name on it? That thing with a little meshy part for you to put the puck? Why? Why? For the purpose of what? There is no reason to do this. There's none. This puck is going a solid 5 feet wide. Worst case scenario, it goes behind the net, and then it's up to your teammates to clean it up, and you gotta, I don't know, maybe make a save. But if you're worried about it, just catch it. Just catch it. You don't even have to catch it. Wait for it to hit the ice, and then just lie on it. Literally lie on it. Put your hands on it. Easily one of the worst own goals I've ever seen. What are you doing? That's a dang it. Yeah, producer Drew, check. Put that, if you're keeping a little list for the end of the season, that should definitely be on it. Holy cow. Catch it or leave it. Like, literally just leave it. Is someone working on the, if you're a goaltender, don't flail at the puck aimlessly shirts? Well, they should be. That is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. In this life, if a problem is soaring 5 feet wide of you, don't try to whack at it.